We are back again, and we are here to talk some GFN. So sit back, relax, and listen to these amazing tunes chosen by Barry tonight, not me.
I did. I've chosen to like beats.
Yeah, here we go.
Thank you to channel member Raven Anime.
I remember tonight.
You did? Yes.
I keep on forgetting to do that. And it's like, come on, get with the program here. You need to be doing that every time. And I'm just a moonbeam. But we're here to discuss some GFN because it's GFN Thursday. And
Of course.
It's good to be back for GFN Thursday.
It is. It is indeed. It's. I think we know where we stand with Thursdays, don't we? We know we're going to get games and we're going to have a good bit of conversation, and it's good fun. So it's always something to look forward to.
Yeah, it's a nice chilled out show of the week. Kelly will be back in a couple of weeks because I know some people want Kelly back. Some people want Kelly back, and she'll be back soon enough and giving me all the slabbering under the sun.
I bet you should be. Well, I was going to say I bet you should be saving it up, but you probably get enough of it off the camera. But
yes, absolutely, I do. But yes, she's probably saving it up for on the camera as well.
Of course, definitely. You'll be getting it both barrels when she comes back.
Absolutely. So, shall we kick this off and to say hi, Sean? Hi, Kelly. And hi to Ray 3473, the gaming cyborg. And I'm actually surprised he's not streaming at this moment in time because he's always streaming or thinking of streaming or being on a show or something.
He's literally always doing something. Every time it doesn't matter whether I'm going to bed, whether I get up in the morning, I've always got some kind of notification or some Twitter post that says that Ray's live or he's doing something. He's always on the go.
Absolutely. So we will bring this on here. We just go. No, we don't want it in that small window. We want it in the big window.
Of course we do.
Yes. So this week, and I got it set up wrong here, is Catch Some Rays this GFM Thursday with Jurassic World Evolution 2 and Bright Memory Infinite game launches. GFN Priority and RTX 3080 members can stream these new releases with NVIDIA DLSS and RTX on. We will go over this again. I think it's always good to just go over what these terms mean anyway. So Barry, the explainer, will go over these terms. So get the DLSS. RTX is easy enough for you.
RTX is easy enough. That's your RTX is obviously your kind of your real-time ray tracing.
Yes, we'll come on to that. So there we have Jurassic World Evolution 2 and Bright Memory. So we will start off this. They are still pushing out the RTX 3080 series. If you have not picked that up yet, you can still do that. It is $100, £90, or €90 or 100. 90 or 100 euros. It's one of them two. What's 10 euros or between friends anyway?
I think euros is 99, and for some bizarre reason we ended up with 89. But shan't complain, shall we?
No, we won't complain at all. You actually noticed something very interesting in this. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, I think it's further down the post, but yeah, we can. We'd definitely cover that.
Yeah. What did you notice here, which is a bit different, and people may not have actually picked up on?
Basically noticed in the bottom paragraph that's on the screen at the moment, where they're talking about kind of the added performance that the 3080 tier brings. It's obviously going over the fact that it does 1440 120 FPS on PC, but as you'll see from there, it does 1600p at 120 FPS on most MacBooks, and then 1440 120 on most iMacs. So it was the 16p at 120 on most MacBooks, which was the one that stood out.
I forgot to get this going here. I forgot to have that. Dre, thank you very much for joining. Welcome to the Cloudy crew, and we will you'll have a bit of fun here. It's going to I think you'll enjoy what's coming up for some of this stuff, and it's going to be fun. My feeling in this, I'm actually going to drop GFN a little note here just to see if it's what I think the reason is why it's 1600p. I think that's just due to the max screen resolution, and that is why I think it's at that sort of resolution compared to other things.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then I think that even still, the fact that they're catering in that way for for MacBooks and giving people on Macs that kind of gaming experience to match the resolution of the display, I think is spot on. Yes.
Yes, indeed, because we all know that Mac people are better than everybody else because Macs are the best and Apple products are the best. Why are you not agreeing with that? Why are you not agreeing with that?
I'm not agreeing with it. No, I mean, they're good products. I've got nothing bad to say about Mac products at all.
You can see me moving my that's annoying. As you can see here, you also get up to 120 FPS on Android devices as well. So that is pretty cool. And if you've got an NVIDIA Shield TV, I thoroughly recommend the Shield TV if you can get one, or if you can pick one up. It's not out from your budget because it is the cloud gaming's workhorse, and it is absolutely amazing out there. And I can't speak too highly of it enough. It is class. I'm gonna have a bit of a yap here. I've been having some issues with mine at this moment in time. I'm going to investigate it and see if I can fix it. My controller keeps on disconnecting.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to have a wee look to see what's going on. And I've maybe seen why it has now, so I'm going to do something later to see if that fixes it. But my controller, bar that, it's every so often. It's not all the time. It's just every so often it goes, you're not going to work like that. Kelly,
which controller are you using?
I've been using the PS5 one and the Series X one. I've been mixing them up, and the Series X one is worse. But if you've got a PlayStation 5 one, you know what the issues with the PlayStation 5 one is. What's the issue with the PlayStation 5?
I don't know, because I don't ever use it on anything other than my PS5.
What's the battery life like in it?
Oh, yes. God, yeah. Yes. How did I forget that? It's the battery life on the DualSense has to be way better than or should be way better than it is.
Yeah, you charge it and then it's like gone, and it's fun. That is one thing that we really need to get worked on. But just talking about them two controllers both work with the Shield TV, so there we go with that. Okay, so we will start this off here. We're talking about Jurassic Park or Jurassic World Evolution 2, and it is got support for DLSS. Here's Barry taking a drink for his big explanation. Barry, what does that mean? Or do you want me to click into the wee link?
No, it's fine. I'm literally I'm going to put it in the most simplest sense. We hear the term, on Xbox, talking about FPS boost, and that's the best way to think about what DLSS will bring you effectively. Is it will help you at a performance where it'll perform at a level where it will ensure that you get the maximum FPS that you're trying to achieve, basically.
Yeah, here we go. I think we've got a wee video here to watch. Is Is that is that coming through, or is it?
No, that's not coming through to us. It's just you deafening.
Oh, I will turn that down because I'm going deaf. Basically, as you can see here, it just increases the FPS on it, so it is absolutely class that way, and you get more bang for your buck, basically. And in the cloud, I think a lot of people would agree with this. I'm not saying everybody would. You always, for me, you want to have a higher frame rate, more than anything else. Even if the game doesn't look as good, you want to have a stable 60 FPS as long as it looks semi-decent. Go semi-decent. We're not rip the backside out from it and say at any cost.
No, definitely, and I think it's. I mean, I think one of the things that always kind of sticks out to me with DLSS, you had it at the bottom of the screen when you were on there that it's AI powered, so it's kind of it utilizes sort of. What's he done? What?
Thank you for reminding me. I can't click in this screen. I cannot click in this screen. I'm thinking ahead and stuff like that.
No worries. Is the fact that of course DLSS is AI powered, so it's kind of it utilizes what they talk about in terms of deep learning, where it's kind of it's effectively always learning, always evolving. Because AI, as clever as it sounds, is kind of useless without all that information kind of crammed into it, and then that's how it begins to learn in order to then adapt and kind of maximize, which is really it's a little bit geeky, but it's super cool.
Yep, thank you for that explanation. And when we get on to the next one, we'll have a wee bit of a talk. Well, actually, we're going on to it now anyway. DLS is on Jurassic World Evolution. DLSS and RTX on is with Brighton Memory. I was right here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
we're both, and we will have a better look at the gameplay here. What is RTX, or what is also known more commonly as ray tracing?
I mean, the way I always look at that is kind of the difference in light levels and kind of the shadows and how it sort of shows you a level of realism in the environment. Really, that's the kind of the most simplest way that I always look at it. So when you kind of see it there, you can sort of see reflections and the landscapes and kind of the way that all the lights hitting it and all that sort of thing. So that's really where I would see. I would say, RTX or ray tracing, whatever you want to call it, is kind of in its element, really. I mean, the difference is unreal when you see it turned on, isn't it?
It absolutely is. I thought I muted myself, and I muted myself when I was going to talk. Yes, you can notice the differences there. And again, if you're on the 3080 tier, you're going to notice that a lot more. You're going to still get this at the priority level, but if you're on the 3080, things get turned up even more. You get bits and bobs on it, but you don't get the full works at the higher levels and all that sort of carry on. So yeah, this game is, I think this could be a bit of a sleeper. When we come on to it later, I'm going to double check something, but you can play the first one of this, the Bright Memory, on GFN already. And if you've bought that, I'm not sure if it's before the game goes live or you've had to buy it before, you actually get the full game for the same price, so you don't actually have to upgrade.
Nice. Good shout.
Good. Yep, and that's really nice with that. And as you can see here, priority GeForce NOW RTX 38 members can experience every moment of the action the way FYQD Studio intended. I'm not going to try and what's the name of the studio?
FYQD.
Intended. Gorgeously rendered and ray trace reflections, ray trace shadows, ray trace something. I can't. And dazzling RTX global illumination. And GeForce NOW RTX 3080 members can play up to 1440p and 120 FPS on PC and Mac. Okay. I think we need to touch on this. You didn't know, and you know where I'm going now. Don't you?
You're throwing me a curveball, but I think I know where you're going.
Yes. There has been a lot of talk this week about GFN capping frame rates at strange frame rates like 45 for Cyberpunk and 50 for Guardians. I know you were playing Guardians of the Galaxy on GFN. You played it from start to finish. Did you have the option limited to just 50, or did you have the full 60?
I'm pretty sure I had the full 60, if I'm honest. I'm sure when I checked it was showing 60. Fairly certain, but I could be mistaken.
Yeah. Basically, for people who don't know, there seems to be a lot of talk about capping of frame rates, and it doesn't seem to be happening to everybody. It does seem to be happening inconsistently. I think it may depend on what servers and stuff you get onto. There is stuff being looked into, and I can say that by the content creators out there, and there is investigations going on. It isn't, we're leaving this aside, where there's actual bits and bobs going on, and we're trying to get to the bottom of it. We are not ignoring it. We are talking about it now. I don't want to give anything too much away, and this is nothing from NVIDIA. This is just from our sort of side of things. There's some interesting stuff that may come out during these investigations. It's actually out there in the open as well, but I think that's going to come out in the fullness of time. I'm hoping NVIDIA come out and say something about this, just to do this, and we'll just see how it goes. This could be for good reasons, that they're just, the servers are slightly overloaded, so they just have to turn down some things as well. And it is worth noting, it isn't all games. I think it's only them 2 games, and it's still not happening to anybody.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think in certain areas, people are it's quite easy for people to sort of replicate it, to sort of be able to show it. But it doesn't seem consistent across the board, which, there could be multiple reasons for it. But I think the important thing is, as you say, kind of acknowledging it here tonight. People are looking at it, and we always praise GFN for a good level of communication when stuff's going into maintenance, if there's games that are not going to make it, the blog posts, all that sort of stuff. So I think in that fashion, I think when maybe the time is right, or they've got enough information to be able to say something, then I'm pretty confident. And that's not kind of, that's not me saying I know anything. That's just me saying, on the basis of the way that they communicate, I would be very surprised if at some point you don't hear something which, as a communication to address what's going on.
Yeah, I think at this moment in time, they've earned up a little bit of trust because of the way they normally are. And so there is still stuff going on. We're still looking into it. We are not ignoring it. It's just, there's actually a bit more to this story than maybe just what first meets the eye.
Yeah.
So again, there's just more stuff going on there. So there we've got the controversial bit out and done. Again, I don't think we can't sweep that under the carpet because it is a big sort of story.
No, definitely not. I think it's only right just to have an area where we touch on it and then kind of move on.
Yeah. So we move on to the fun stuff. And Colm, I know you like finding bargains and stuff. We're actually adding in a wee bit to the show this week, which you're going to like. If people like it, we were talking about doing this slightly separate, so you can all let us know what you prefer. Do you want us to keep it in this show, or do you want us to separate it out into a video and maybe clip the video or something? We'll discuss that after. basically, we'll start with the games of this week. Again, we are down to 6 games. I think we covered this last week. I'm expecting it to be like this probably to the new year until they get the whole new servers rolled out. I'm expecting the games to maybe slow down, then speed back up again when things settle down and all the servers are all up and running and everything's a bit more stabilized.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if you look at 2021 as a whole, the way they kind of ramped up the games, is what they did. They got past that 1,000 game mark available to stream on the service. We've then sort of come into the back end of the year where it maybe has slowed, but clearly there's been attention has been turned to working on the technology that powers everything, and that's kind of maybe just taken a little bit of priority in the latter half of this year. So we're still getting content, which is great, and we're still getting new games, so that's superb. But you've kind of had a real good year of split in terms of content, and then the underlying stuff for the platform.
Yeah, and I think what they're doing at this moment in time is they are picking out the key games. They're key games where they go, we have to have this on the platform no matter what. This is not making fun of the other games because all games matter because it all appeals. But I think they're just picking out which ones they think are going to be the key games going forward. I think the games they can bring at this moment in time. Speaking of which, we will move on to the first one, which is Bright Memory Infinite. This game comes tomorrow. Why did I pause up? I can just keep that going because I feel like we should look okay. And it's the game unlocks in about 4 hours, according to this. And it's I think. Could you just take this for 1 wee second? What do you think of this game? I think
of course. Yeah, go for it. From the moment I kind of seen the trailer for this, I think visually, obviously, we touched on some of the the enhancements that it's got earlier, but visually, I think this game looks good. For me, it's a good bit of FPS action. It's something I've had my eye on as potentially adding to my library to enjoy, and there is also a soundtrack with it as well.
Yeah. I'm just going to point this out straight away. All Bright Memory owners will get Bright Memory Infinite for free. So if you go buy this in the next 4 hours, you should get the full game for free. And you can play that now on GFN. Barry is currently purchasing this as we speak. or not. Yeah, so this game I think could be pretty decent, and it looks so cool to tell you the truth. Oh, hi Kelly. Knife bang on screen. No, Calm. I haven't played that as yet. I might give that a bit of a go later. That sounds something up my alley completely. I Slay the Spire. You don't have to mention that. So, what do we get here? There's a soundtrack with it, which you can buy, which is good to see, and it's going to have Steam achievements. So,
sorry, I might have been a bit quiet there whilst I.
You were just investigating that game a bit more.
Yeah, just doing a bit of absolutely research purposes.
Yeah, You seen nothing. Nobody's seen anything. Nothing there.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing at all. Speaking of which, when we come on to this a wee bit later, I think there's going to be more of that as well. So we will move back. It's not for your reasons you think. It's for different reasons. Next game up is Epic Chef. What I can tell you, that is still being onboarded at this moment in time. So what that means is they're just getting it onto the system. This game looks interesting. This looks That could be a bit of a laugh and a bit of a exhibit. That's apparently I get a loyalty discount.
Hey, there we go.
You can't beat that. You can't beat that at all. And we've got Steam achievements there, and so yes, I think so. Yes. So that's why I'm giving my loyalty discount.
I've got 3 out of the 4.
Yes. Would you be the same sort of ones there?
Yeah, I think it's the third one. Is the third one in that column is the one that I think I don't have.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've got that as well, but I've got the other ones, so that is why I'm getting the bit of the loyalty discount there. This game looks like something I could get my teeth into. Because I'm actually playing a similar game with that. Me and Kelly are spending our time along a farm together. We'll see. Let's see. Shall see what the scurry amount of hours I've stuck into this.
Go on, let's do it. Let's see where we are.
Okay. 94 hours, so that's 94 hours pretty recently. And we're working on the final 3 achievements at this moment in time. We should get this one over the weekend. This is the one we are working on over the next couple of days. And this one we just have to wait till it's a month after. So we're talking the end of November we can get this. But we're trying to get all the achievements and that. So that's what we've been sticking an absolute mountain of time into. Oh, what if you have been playing something else, haven't you?
Yes, I've been playing Turnip Boy commits tax evasion.
I leveled up my cards in that one.
Ah, look at you showing off.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. It's do you know what? You talked about it last week, having finished it kind of in the lead up to the show, and then obviously when I claimed my Humble Bundle Choice games, kind of on your recommendation, really, I kind of went and checked it out, and I really enjoyed it. I have to say, it was a really. I'll be honest, I don't think I maybe gave it the respect that it deserved when I started it. I thought it was going to be a bit of a pushover. And there was a couple of bits in it where, I guess a couple of boss battles, if you like, or, a couple of little quirks with it where it just kind of, caught me out, kept me on my toes, shall we say. I may or may not have had 1 or 2 rants at Duncan as the week had gone on.
To be fair, I told you how to complete the bit you were a wee bit struggling in. It took me a couple. As you can see here, that 3.2 hours was the game completely finished, plus the secret ending as well. And all the collectibles. I didn't get all the achievements. I accidentally deleted my save and went on to a new one. But I had wee stupid things to do, and I couldn't be bothered going through the whole game again to pick up a couple of achievements. I know that is bad. But if you're in the achievements, it is pretty. The achievements are pretty durable. I just didn't pick these 3 ones up at the bottom, which are weird sort of ones. As you can see there, the drop off is quite massive.
I think they're the same 3 that I don't have.
Mm-hmm. So there we go. So where were we? We were talking about Epic Chef. I think I will wishlist this one. I think this could be a game for me to play after my Farm Together thing. The Farm Together is just a game just to chill out to. It's a chill out game. What about you for this game?
I think it actually. I know we touched on it very briefly last week. I'll probably stick it to the wish list so that I don't forget about it. And then probably, I guess, at some point into next year, pick it up, or maybe even check it out if it drops into a sale at some point.
Yep, cool. We will move on to the next game. I have played this earlier in the week. Oh. And it is Jurassic World Evolution 2. And Barry remarked in this, just in our wee chat we had, this game felt native. It looked native when I was playing it. It was looking absolutely stunning when I was playing it. And again, I'm just on the priority. I am not on the super duper tier because it's not over here in Europe as yet. And this really played well. And if you want to see how badly I can the game runs well, I play it badly. If you want to see how badly you can check out the footage there. But
how was your shooting?
Without mentioning my shooting. It was more difficult than it looked.
I'll give you that.
Yes. You were in a helicopter and everything trying to shoot. But I think it's a game where you can just sit and build up that. And I think a lot of people will enjoy it. And it see, here's the thing. It doesn't say it's got cards. Did you see it doesn't say it's got cards here? Unless that's a different game I've got a card for. There's no me, I'm stupid.
Oh,
or did I go
find out?
No, see?
Oh, yeah.
It's got cards. But it's not saying it's got cards.
Maybe it's only got one.
Maybe it's only got the one card, and I've got it. So I'll just sell that for. I sell that. I get 14p.
There you go.
If my distance can go on hold, my distance are on hold because I didn't have my authenticator on my phone, so I've got that fixed now. So this game, I think you will either play it a fair bit, or you'll switch it off and not think about it again. I think it's one of these sort of games.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a. I've got the first one, and I, as I say, I think I said to you, I claimed the first one for free because I'm pretty sure it was an Epic game. Think possibly, claimed it, and I've not played it yet.
That's a good shout by Dre there. Fanatical do good bundles as well. We're going to be introducing that sort of stuff. That's the stuff I was sort of hinting at the beginning. We're going to pick up maybe some games you can pick up in sale every week. It's not going to be... Okay. I just moved it on to the next song.
That track took a turn.
So there we go. But it seems a bit of mixed reviews. It's mainly positive, but I think it's one of these games where if you like it, you will love it, and it's going to be a bit of a Marmite game. That was just my feeling from it, and from my quick play along. For me, I don't like going about that capture and stuff. I didn't like that. I just wanted like the hatch up. That maybe was just the beginning bit of that. I just want to go around there and be like a zoo, and just build up the cross between a zoo and a theme park and all that sort of carry on.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's as you say, I don't think it's necessarily. It's not a game for everybody. I think the Marmite analogy is probably a very, very good one when it comes to that.
Yep. Cool. We will move on. And we are going to talk about Maple Story. This game is... it's getting on a bit. It came out in 2012. It's another free-to-play game. We're edging up there now.
Yeah, it must be close. That 97.
I will have a wee look here. Let's see, well, we're doing that. This game is a online MMORPG, and it's. It actually had me intrigued enough that I might actually give it a bit of a go. I don't have the patience. Hurry up and start showing some footage here. And I know it looks a bit old school, but it seems to have a fair number of people still playing it because they're still chucking this out. And look, they've even got, look at that. Look at that.
Yep.
They're promoting GFN there, which is absolutely great to see.
That's brilliant to kind of see that at the, as you kind of go down the listing. That's exactly the kind of thing you want to see from kind of, from developers that are on the platform or on the service, I should say.
Yeah, just getting out there and getting it promoted. Yes, you're right. We're at 95 free-to-play games, so we're 5 more to go, and we've hit the magic 100 free-to-play games on GFN.
It's getting close. It's getting there.
And again, some of these games might not be up your alley, but if you're just looking to, you can just go in there and venture in, get them added, and away you go. If you don't like them, you don't like them. If you do, you do. There's a couple of good clicky games in there, by the way, but everybody likes me talking about my clicking games, but there is. Are you going to give this a bit of a go? Or not?
Sorry, I did a U. I muted myself, and I had something covering the mute button. So, do you know what? It's a free to play, so it's the kind of thing that you will at least put a little bit of time in it just to understand whether it's the kind of thing. Looking at it, there's certainly some stuff there that strikes a lot of the right notes in terms of how it looks. I like the way that it looks. So I think possibly it's something I'll at least put, maybe at least an hour or two into just to kind of see how I feel about it and whether it's something that I do want to carry on playing.
Yeah. Again, it's got me intrigued because I've heard about this game for a while. I just haven't played it. But this is actually giving me, though, I might give it a go. This is what I said about this month before we actually got any of these games announced. Or, sorry, any of the stealth drops. I wanted to give all the games this month a bit of a try. And even with this stealth drop of Jurassic World, that was a game I wanted to maybe give a go as well. So I'm pretty happy. We're moving on to Severed Steel. And this is actually on sale this week. And it is 20% off. And I know both of us would like to look at this one, even before... even though it was on sale.
Yes.
I'm hopefully that's coming through because I've got a flash on my other screen here and it just looks phenomenal, so it does. Oh.
I bet, have you got the sound?
I haven't got the sound.
Oh.
Let me see. I'll put the sound on. You're going to be slightly out from Big Dirt, but yeah.
It's this one looks great. It looks fast paced. It looks superb. This is definitely one that's on my list to pick up.
I wish GFN put RTX on for this one. GFN, if you're watching, please put RTX on for this one.
Yes.
Super hot. Just sort of. I know super hot's just the way the look and feel sort of it. Yeah, that is definitely a wish list for me. And there you go, your bundle with the soundtrack. That seems a bit much for the soundtrack, doesn't it?
You get the art book as well, I think.
Oh, the art book?
Possibly.
Well, you get the art book for free.
Oh, you get the art book for free, so no, it is just the sound, yeah.
But the music was pretty decent there. That game just looks cool. That is a definite wish list for me. I wish I had all the money to get all these games.
That's the thing, isn't it? We see so many games week in, week out, and not only would we need an infinite budget, but we need an infinite amount of time to actually get through them as well.
Yeah, the Bright Memory one, I'm going to keep with that one, but I do want to get this one at some stage. This just looks amazing.
It does look really, really good.
And you've got the mutations, so you can change things. Oh, And it's got very positive reviews as well. Oh, that just looks really, really cool.
Super Hot meets Tron.
Yeah.
I think that's the immediate thought when I kind of first seen it. Is the kind of thing that came to my head.
Yeah. Oh, some people complain about the game. By 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So yeah, I think I would wait for this one. But I do want to pick this up.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It's on the list to pick up. It'll just be a case of when.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. I know people are probably going to laugh at this game, Tale of Immortal. And it looks absolutely mad. I don't think, let's see. I'm just doing a quick check here. This game has an absolute ton of people playing it. I know it's not showing it now. It must be over in the Eastern market there. But
possibly so, because was it last week when we were first looking at the games? It had like 25,000 concurrent players.
Yeah, what I'm going to do here. Can you shout at Polaris?
I can't shout at him. He's just had his 3080 tier. The man he's going to be like, swinging from the chandelier. He's going to be really happy. I heard it. It actually worked. But no, thank you very much, Polaris. And thanks for jumping in. Good evening to you. Good afternoon. It's good to see you with us.
Yes. This game, I think a lot of people forget that GFN is actually worldwide, and they are building this up because we are seeing a lot of Chinese games and games from the Far East being added all the time to the platform.
Yes, definitely. A lot of the kind of the visual novels as well, which kind of fit into that sort of category and territory as well. Yeah,
let me see. Here we go. I've just got the wee thing here. See, multitasking. SteamDB is where you want to go if you want to find out about games and how they're doing on Steam. The all-time peak was 9 months ago of 184,000 people were playing this game. And then over the last 24 hours, 24,000 people have played this game. And there's 4,000 people playing it now. So,
going to ask a really daft question.
Yes.
Because people in the chat might be thinking it as well. Is that for the title overall, or is that specifically for the English-speaking version?
That would be for the title overall, because I think the English-speaking title is part of that one. It's like when we get probably the famous ones are the Japanese games. They're like the Final Fantasies that have got the language packs. I think this is just a language pack added into it. So there you go. Oh, and since we're here, we're dear old faithful here, and we will. Give me a second. I'm just going to hide this for a second while I do something.
What's he up to?
He's up to badness.
Dear Colm in the chat saying he's surprised Polaris is on tonight. I am too, actually, because I think we seen him on. He jumped into when we were playing Forza on Tuesday, actually, and I think he said he'd done like 13 days straight. Which is, I can imagine that's
some going
for sure.
Yeah, and Polaris, we want to hear all about your 3080, and hopefully it runs absolutely brilliant for you. So if you go into SteamDB, you can actually see what games have actually signed up to GFN. This doesn't mean the games are coming. It's just giving you an indication of games, and you can sometimes see, oh, I didn't know this game was coming, or the possibility of coming. And this is how we sort of knew like Hot Wheels was coming, because we actually seen this. So you can actually have a flick through this. I look at it every so often, and you can see some games that may end up coming to the platform. So it's pretty cool.
Have you, because I know you keep an eye quite closely on this. Have you spotted anything new that's ventured onto the list that we should be keeping our eye out?
There is one, but I forgot the name of it now. It's the it's a Square Enix game from many moons ago. It was about the two criminals who broke out. Kane and Lynch. There we go.
I didn't even do anything to help you there. You came to that all by yourself.
Yeah, Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days have actually been listed here. That's one which I find intriguing, because I'm pretty sure that is not on GFN at this moment in time. I'll drop the link into the chat now. So, again, you'll see that the last time I checked, you actually have to log into SteamDB now to actually see this. But the last time I had the full list, it was about 2,500 games had signed up to bring their games to GFN. So it's really it's very, very interesting. This you can have a wee look to see what might be coming if you're into that sort of thing. Again, this just means they have signed up. If I got excited there, I seen Battlefield.
I think that's everybody's wish.
Yeah. Oh, shall we do a live one here? Battlefield 1. Sorry, people.
Just the one. Am I right in thinking when you covered it last week, did you see Chorus on here?
Yes, Chorus was on here. Chorus has signed up to come to GFN. Again, GFN need to accept it. This is just them saying we would like to come to GFN.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that all these games are coming. GFN still need to accept the game in here. But yes, Chorus has signed up. Has ticked the box to say we would like to come to GFN.
Good thing I think with that as well is obviously it's Deep Silver, isn't it? Who have obviously already got games on the service, so hopefully that kind of makes it a little bit of an easier transition to it happening.
Yeah, that was a bit of a diversion, or wasn't it? We go on these rabbit holes all the time, and it's all fun. So this game is, I think it hasn't really translated too well into the Western markets, but it's really good to see this game, which does have a big, massive following, actually be brought to GFN.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, as you can see on the screen there, it's early access as well still.
And look at... Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, carry on.
I was just going to say, look at the number of reviews as well. Over 100,000 reviews. So this game is actually probably a lot bigger than people may be aware. So pretty good get there for GFN. So we're going to move on to something slightly different now. We're not looking at my shopping cart. Hi, Kelly. We're going to have a look at some games you can actually pick up in sales, because I think a lot of people are wanting to know what sales are going on, what games they can pick up for free. The first one I'm going to go to, and we'll probably go to this quite a lot in the future, is The Witcher 3. You can pick this up on Google Games, GOG, whatever way you want to call it, for £7. I would say about $10, and that is the Game of the Year edition.
That's £7. I think that seems to be probably standard for that now, but it's still an absolute bargain.
Yeah, and if you buy it on GFN, if you buy it on GOG, you get goodies. This is the one thing. One of the reasons I want more GOG games on GFN, and it is you get goodies with games. Like if you buy this, look at all the stuff you get on top of it. You get the art books, you get avatars, wallpapers, you get videos to watch, comics. It's the soundtrack, and all that. If you buy it on GOG, and I really want more GOG games, because I've got a few of them. That's not the only reason, but I just like GOG because if something ever bad happens, you've got the DRM-free versions of the games, because that is one of the perks of that. So you can download it and not have to worry.
Yeah, no, of course, and I think, I think I've got it's probably my smallest library sits on GOG, but there are some very, very good ones that sit within that. The Witcher 3 is obviously one of them, and I think I actually got. You talking about kind of the art books and all that sort of stuff. Going back to when Cyberpunk released, I've got a lot of the kind of the art books and that sort of stuff relating to to Cyberpunk from the time. So they are nice little extras to kind of get when you're picking up the titles, because it just adds a little bit of something for you to kind of go exploring really and take in.
GOG also give out free games. I claim every single free game, so you may have seen some. What the hell does he claim that, or what does that game in his library for? It's because I claim free games all over the show, so that's why it's there. Speaking of free games, before we go on to this one, you can actually pick up a free game on Steam and on GOG. It is Steam World Dig 2. Oh, it was only free yesterday. I hope people pick.
Should I save you? There's another one.
What's the other one?
Beholden. The first one. Is it Beholden? I think it's Beholden. Beholder, the first one. Has that gone up now as well?
That's gone as well.
But there was a total of 3 this week. So there was obviously that one after the Thunderfall, Beholder, and then I think there's one called Keo. But I'm not sure if that may have disappeared now as well. Okay,
our list is updated here. There's more games here. I wonder if that. Sorry, I'm being very nosy here. I wonder if that went on the sale over the weekend. No. Okay. Europa Universalis 4 is on sale. That is on GFN. That is a grand strategy game, so that's big, massive, heavy thinking. But the game I'm going to shout out here is Deep Rock Galactica. That has just left early access, I believe. No, it's not early access. It's 3 million units sold. There was some. I knew it was something big. So 3 million units sold for this game, and this game just looks a bit nuts and a bit fun. It is £12.50, so about £17.50, and this is available on GFM. And it's got trading cards.
And look at the reviews as well, overwhelmingly positive. So that's cracking.
Yeah, so it may be worth giving that a bit of a look at. Was there any ones here for you?
I can't remember because I only scrolled the list very quickly just before we went live. I noticed that Naraka. I was just going to say that. I noticed that had come down.
Yeah, that's. We're just again. I think this has got free to play route all over this. I think it's going. They're trying eventually. We may be talking, but as you can see, this game is doing really well. It is in the top 10 of. It's just made a liar out for me, hasn't it? It was.
It was in there. It's probably dropped down a bit now, isn't it?
Yeah, it was in the top 10 over the last couple of days. For flip's sake. It must depend on what time of day you go. It might be another Eastern game, but that normally is well up there. But I can see that going free to play down the line. I think it's usually got like over 100,000 playing it.
It's normally fairly healthy, isn't it?
Yeah. And There's two more, there's three more I'm going to shout out here. We'll just keep it on the first wee bit here. The next one is Orcs Must Die Free, and that is an absolutely brilliant game. It's not too long. It's a nice palette cleanser. It's a bit of a tower defense game, and they've just released the recently released the DLC. And you can get that for $5.79, so about $7.50. So I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah, I enjoyed it more second time round. I'll be honest. I kind of picked it up. I don't really think. I personally didn't feel like I clicked with it first time round. And then I kind of went back in. I think after talking to you and Kelly actually, and I was watching some of Kelly playing it as well on the channel. And then I don't know, something just clicked. And then I kind of went back to it, and I got much more enjoyment out of it. So that's definitely a good recommend.
Yeah, it's for that price, I have no problem recommending that. Yeah, you would get about 8 to 10 hours out from that if you're just playing the standard, and then you can go back and replay it, and you can redo your traps and do weird stuff and cut up all that. It is really, really a decent wee game. Among Us, I know you can pick that up for free on the Epic Game Store. We have to go to the Epic Game Store. Remind me, we have to do this after, because there's a PSA announcement over that. Among Us, I think everybody knows about Among Us. Is having a bit of a resurgence at this moment in time, because they've just updated things. It's like the number one game on Twitch, or it was maybe yesterday, and so it might be worth picking that up. It's a couple of quid. I know you can play it free on mobile, but if you can play it along there. Yep.
Yeah, and we've done a couple of play-alongs on that as well, haven't we? We always have good fun with it.
Beep, yes, and I always get blamed even though I haven't done anything.
No, but that is see, I'm going to push the buzzer. I'm going to call a meeting, because that's a lie right there. You were always scheming and running around and chopping people up and murdering them.
Disco, that is on. Yes,
Yep.
There's just so many games on GFN now. It's just hard to remember which ones are and which ones aren't. And it's getting to the stage where most are. I know a lot of people absolutely love this game, and I know Polaris, if he's still in the chat here, he absolutely adores this game, and he's got Kelly to put this on her wish list as well.
I picked this up in the Halloween sale for. Oh no, I actually picked it up Epic Games. So it was around Halloween time, but I picked it up on there, and I used my £10 voucher for it. So I paid now £9.24 for it. So it would have been £19.24 at the time. And I think something we were touching on, actually, it's also the highest rated game of this year on Metacritic.
It is indeed, and that is for the Super Duper edition, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, for the final cut. Yep.
Yep, for this one. So that is well worth mentioning. Speaking of Game of the Year, before we move on to the Epic Games Store, we are running the Cloud Gaming Awards. They expect an announcement really, really soon about that. It is coming. We are getting a couple of different people involved as well, and things like that. There's going to be in the next 2 weeks or so, there's going to be a bit more noise coming out from that. So it hasn't gone away. They are coming back.
Definitely.
And going to be a lot of fun and stress and stuff.
Yes, absolutely. But I think that those that were there for it last year will kind of hopefully remember it. It's still up on the channel, so if you want a little bit of a glimpse into kind of what to sort of expect, then go and check it out. But it was great fun.
Yeah.
Cloudbuster's saying no suits this year.
No suits. What's wrong with the suits? Okay, we might not do this, but we can't go. It might be maybe a shirt, But it was a bit of fun. It was a bit of fun.
Possibly. Of course, it was.
Speaking of which, I forgot to mention this game, Banished. It for people who know, this is a build up B sort of game, and it's a game for me, and it's £5, and I'm really tempted to get this. And it is just sit and do stuff. So if you like them sort of games like me, it's a city building game, you will probably like this one. Moving on.
One more game before you move on that you were gonna mention, because it's 86p, and that should be your clue as to which one it was.
Oh, it's still here. It's still here.
It's still there. Yep.
Bridge. There we go.
There you go.
Bridge Constructor Portal is 86 pennies, so you're talking $1 probably for that game. It is on GFN. Again, one of these silly wee games I like, but for 86p, you can't go wrong with it. Even if you only play it for 5 minutes, it was only 86p.
Exactly. I know. When we were talking about it earlier this week, it was so easy just to add into the library because I didn't have it already. So I'll jump in and check that out at some point as well.
Okay, if you're a scheming sort of Egypt like me, even if you want to get it, buy it, idle it for half an hour or something. Get your trading cards, sell your trading cards, and you
There you go.
There's a Duncan top tip there.
How to buy games and make money.
Exactly. Speaking of which, free games, go claim your free games. Rogue Company is 100% on GFN. You can get a wee cosmetic pack, so definitely go get that. And it's a bit of crack. You get a battle pass and all that if you're into Rogue Company. This game here, I would recommend picking up. It's only £8 or whatever, but you just never know. 2K are just stalking about there, and we just don't know what is going on with them. I would not be surprised if they drop on the GFN at some stage, and I would go and pick this up. It's £8, or it's free, but it's a free. But no, it's not the big new game coming out. It's like the adventure thing off it. Go pick that up.
Yeah, definitely. They've kind of dropped that in really nicely as a free pickup on Epic, and kind of they've very openly said sort of play through this sort of mini adventure type thing, and then you will be ready for obviously Tiny Tina's Wonderland. And I think you're right. I think 2K will probably be the next one to hopefully bring games into GFN. I'd probably say, if I was to try and put a guesstimate on it, if it doesn't happen in December, it'll happen in January.
Big call. Next week's games here. I forgot to check that here. Is Guild of Dungeoneering on GFN?
Hang on, I'll think of.
It's not. Again, pick up these free games next week. Guild of Engineering has got an amazing reputation. Was never alone. Let me see.
No, it's not on there.
Okay. Yeah. We had this done, and then my memory is not like it used to be. But we've got 3 games coming next week. It wouldn't surprise me if we got 2 of them in Guild of Engineering and Never Alone. But maybe keep an eye on it. Your public service announcement, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is you're in your last chance for your coupon. If you've claimed it and have not used it, you're into the last 4 days. I haven't used mine. So I'm going to be having a look at the sale. Remember, you have to spend, the games need to be over a certain amount of money. I think it's £15. It might be 15,
yeah,
and $15. and then you get £10 or $10 off it, and it combines with sales as well. So you might be able to pick up a nice wee bargain there if you haven't already. So if you've got your coupon, you need to start thinking about using it pretty sharpish. I should have picked up Thingamajig. Death Stranding.
Yeah, because I think you would have got it for what, £11?
Yeah, I really should have picked that up there.
You could go back to your fallback, which was Void Train, wasn't it?
Yeah, but there we go. There is. You've got a couple of days to go for your. What was that Ghostbusters thing?
I imagine it's probably
Fortnite?
maybe tied in with the fact the movie's coming next week, because Ghostbusters Afterlife's out next Thursday.
Okay, I'm assuming it's Fortnite then. Or it's Rocket League. Rocket League, that's what it is. Again, game on GFN. But there we go. There we go. There we go.
Okay. Adding in a bit of a whoa, we don't want that.
we don't want that. So, thanks all for coming to watch us. Have I left anything out this week?
Don't think so. I think we've covered it. We've covered the games. We've covered the news. We've done a little bit of sales. Yeah, we've done a little bit of features, a little bit of geekiness. All good. I think we've got it all.
Okay, cool.
Unless that was a loaded question and I have missed something.
No, it wasn't a loaded question. That's all right. So we're all sorted. So thank you all for coming and joining us. And you can tell us what you think. Do you like this wee bit of talking about what games to maybe pick up or not? We can separate that off. You can just let us know in the chat. And again, thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.
Indeed. We'll catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.